real terrorists? The guy's funding Israel's genocide in Palestine. It's time we need to stand up as people. That's what they've done, and they've been fucking charged for it. There's another example of them trying to silence us, do you know what I mean? And we won't be silenced.
Knowing Liam Hogan, know that he's not going to be put off by this. They've picked the wrong target.
You know, this use of terrorism charges. It's funny, of course, and it's a joke, but it's a very dangerous precedent.
Kneecap consists of 3 young men who have spent all of their lives in occupied Ireland. They won't be silenced, and we're all going to make sure they're not going to be silenced, and we won't be silenced either.
We need more people like Liam Hogan to continue to stand up and to put that message out there very, very clearly. What Israel is doing is wrong, and Israel should stop immediately what they're doing in their genocide.
We've flown over from Galway and Clare to be here today. The British government is creating this spectacle, wasting taxpayers' money, just demonstrating their solidarity with fellow occupiers. Kneecap is not the story. Genocide is the story. Right now, as I'm speaking to you, babies and children are starving to death. For every Palestinian man, woman and child, we see you, we hear you, and we will continue to speak up for you.
It's a joke, this whole ridiculous thing, the British government accusing a musician of terrorism charges, and I mean it's beyond belief, because I mean the genocide's been going on for nearly a year and a half now. Fair play to Kneecap for calling it out consistently, and to the other artists to do that, and so it's fantastic to see so many people here today because who simply do not buy it, and as Kneecap themselves say, the story isn't about them, it's about the ongoing genocide. So I can't praise them enough for using their position and their influence to kind of raise awareness of the cause.
Liam Hogan is a resident of West Belfast, and I'm an MLA for that area too. And when the news of this was announced about the court case, people were appalled. People kind of maybe thought the next day it was a bit of a joke, but obviously it's not. It's quite serious and has serious ramifications for them. And they're watching on their news, on the social media sites every single night, the slaughter. You know, hundreds of aid workers, people trying to get aid in the last few weeks have been killed, and they're appalled that that's going unpunished, and somebody because they have a flag or they say something that the British government, the London Met may not like, is going to be dragged to the court. So they're appalled. You know, people from all sides, most political persuasions in the north and West Belfast are appalled at this, and they're not going to stand for it. So it's foolish by the Met and by the establishment to try this. I think they're going to fail, and I hope that this is thrown out today.
It's outrageous that the UK government is spending their time prosecuting Liam rather than focusing on the real terrorism that's going on, which is what the state of Israel is doing by bombing Gaza and now Iran.
Why do you think so many people have turned out this morning? I mean, he's not due in here for another at least half hour, but there's quite a big crowd here. Why do you think they've all turned out?
Well, I mean, also what Kneecap and Makara, the movement that they're doing for Ireland and the Irish Gaelic, language and bringing it back. I mean, people are showing up in solidarity, and also what they're doing for Palestine. Everybody is here in solidarity. We have the freedom of expression. We have the freedom of the right to protest. And if they're going to target high names like Kneecap for protesting against this genocide, then what are they going to do to us?
Who are the real terrorists? The guy's funding Israel's genocide in Palestine. And we're the ones wrong for saying different, do you know what I mean? It's time we need to stand up as people. That's what they've done, and they've been fucking charged for it. There's another example of them trying to silence us, do you know what I mean? And we won't be silenced.
There's quite a lot of people here today for a midweek morning. What do you think that says about the strength of feeling around the case?
Well, at the end of the day, it shows that the people are sick of it. The people are sick of being controlled. The people are sick of being put in a position where we can't break out of this system. And we're trying to fight back against it. That's what we're seeing today. It's beautiful that so many people have come here today. And we'll keep on doing this at protests, at demos, whenever needed. And thank fuck that people with a platform are saying so.
Why do you think the charges against Liam Hogan have come against him now?
Well, I do believe that Kneecap have become very, very popular. Their message is very loud, it's very clear. And I believe that governments don't like that. And I think that's very, very wrong, because what the governments are doing are persecuting Liam Hogan. And I think that's totally unacceptable. Whilst the Israeli government are escaping being brought to court, even though the ICC have put on arrest warrants for them, they're escaping. But yet what they do, they bring Liam Hogan to court for waving the flag, and yet the Israeli government have been raging a genocide on the people of Gaza, which is totally wrong, totally unacceptable, and the world needs to do more. So we need more people like Liam Hogan who continue to stand up and to put that message out there very, very clearly. What Israel is doing is wrong, and Israel should stop immediately what they're doing in their genocide.
This is just like one more step along a slippery slope of where this government is continuing the steps taken by the previous government to, essentially make it more difficult for people to protest. I think it was the last government that was locking people up for taking part on Zoom calls, and this government is doing anything else. It's no different. You know, this use of terrorism charges. I mean, it's funny, of course, and it's a joke, but it's a very dangerous precedent. You know, and again, this country is it's away from some of the influence and things like the EU that you had a moderating influence on it, and it's free to do things that do its own thing now.
These are great, but these go on week in and week out, and I swear that Kneecap will make the greatest of difference.
Why do you think that?
I think that because I think they'll be going all over Europe. I think they'll be accepted all over Europe and maybe the world. And they're so strong on it. They're so fair play to them. They're the only ones that have really shown. Like what's his name, Walters. It's good, but he's taking a low profile at the moment, Roger Waters, because I think he feels like he's going to be,
At previous concerts in the last couple of weeks now, Kneecap have been saying that the case against them here today is in one way an attempt to prevent them from travelling and spreading the message of Palestine. Does that ring true with you at all? Or?
No. They've got a place now in Wembley, the biggest venue, the most prolific venue you can have.
It's Wembley Arena, not Wembley Stadium now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's still a big stadium.
I live a mile from there.
Arena.
I live a mile from there. I'll get the lads there. But no. They've got another 3 here, haven't they?
Yeah.
Got another 3, and this will make a difference as well. This will be all over the place as well.
Are you surprised by the turnout?
No, I'm disappointed because I was going to wear one of those. There was 3 of us outside the Brixton Festival, and there was 25,000 in there. And when they shouted out, are you all coming on the 18th? They all roared yes. So I really thought, because I know the Irish, I used to live there, and I really believed that they'd all take the day off and come. I'm disappointed.
I've been speaking to a couple of people in the crowd earlier on, and a fair few of them actually have come from Ireland just for this today. The strength of feeling around this is humongous. Why do you think that is?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you Gaelic taps on the tube this morning, I don't know if they're living in London or they came over like myself, and fair play to them. There's all backgrounds here as well, and the strong feeling is that people in Ireland, but also a lot of people in England as well, have taken a stand for Palestine in the last 2 years in particular, but even before that, and they see the crimes, real crimes being committed, going unpunished by Netanyahu's getting away with it, Keir Starmer's support, he's getting away with it, and they think it's appalling that an artist, a musician, a rapper is being targeted. So people are appalled, I think, certainly in Ireland, north and south, but also by people here today, people in England too. So it's good that people have come out and they're not going to be intimidated or browbeaten by anybody in the establishment here.
The public overwhelmingly backed the message that Kneecap are pushing, that the genocide has to stop, and things like things that Western governments complicity and support for the genocide has to stop as well. We shouldn't be sending arms to Israel. We shouldn't be providing flight surveillance information. There should be sanctions. There should be boycotts.
A lot of the banners that you see out in the crowd are free speech, free Palestine. What do you think a case like this says about the future of free speech in the UK?
Well, you see, the British government have tried censorship in the past on Irish people. My own party were censored for many years. Didn't work then. It's not going to work now. So I have no doubt that Liam Oak's message and Kneecap's message is going to be heard loud and clear, because their message is very, very strong, and their message is right. That's the important thing for me. Their message is right, and I think that if they continue to speak up, sing up, and obviously speak to the people who their fans base are, I think it's very, very important. But the British government and the British judicial system are wrong on what they're doing. They've tried censorship before, it didn't work then, it's not going to work now.
If he gets charged, I think there'll be fucking further protests. I think there'll be further riots. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised by the system trying to silence someone trying to speak up. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised by it. But at the end of the day, we as the people will continue to fight. We've seen this sort of generations of centuries. We've always been fighters. We never got rights from sitting down and waiting for the government to give it to us. And we never found justice from doing that neither.
Why do you think a rapper is being targeted by the establishment?
They think he's probably an easy touch. They think that probably this could have ramifications possibly on travel, on touring, on gigs. But knowing Liam Moog, I know that he's not going to be put off by this. But I think they've picked the wrong target. And the message is obviously about standing with Kneecap and Liam Moog today. But the message going out is that anybody else being targeted will not stand for it. It's appalling. It's a restriction on people's right to organise, right to stand and duty to stand up against genocide. So it's Liam Moog today. We don't know who it may be tomorrow. But I get the establishment may have bitten off more than they chew with this foolish move.
This is the biggest crime of the 21st century, what's going on. And as things that our governments are supporting happening in Palestine, you'll see the same things will be used against our own populations in our own countries. You know, so what's happening in Palestine and Gaza is not something far away that's happening on the other side of the world. It's something that directly impacts all of us. And as we've seen, there's a growing escalation. Iran is being dragged into it now, and who knows where it ends up. It may end up like escalating and turning into a wider and wider conflict. So it's really important that we're here. I don't believe that any of the people here want to go to war, and certainly no young people want to go to war. And so it's really important that we all have to speak out as much as we can and say no to this, no to war.
Kneecap consists of 3 young men who have spent all of their lives in occupied Ireland. They're speaking the truth, they're stating facts, and they won't be silenced, and we're all going to make sure they're not going to be silenced, and we won't be silenced either.